So today we will discuss about the HANA security part. HANA security part here. So what is security? Why it is very important for the HANA databases? So in the HANA, HANA is a in-memory database management system. So all the data will reside inside of the HANA database, inside of the HANA database. So all the finance data, sales, all the data will store into the systems, right? All the data, it will store into the systems here. So in the database level, table level, it will store it here. Sometimes in case of if any of the teams, if any one of the functional teams, so or someone, if any one of the teams, someone hack your database, there may be a chances for losing the data, right? There may be a chances for losing the data of the your HANA databases here, right? So this security mechanism in HANA database is not only just protecting the data, it also restrict the data which is coming from the unauthorized users, which is coming from the unauthorized users here, right? It's protecting the important data from unauthorized access, ensures standards data company following the security standards or not, it will ensure that one here, right? So they are the multiple security features are providing by HANA. Same SAP, how we have the security features, same as like they are the multiple security features in HANA database. One is the user and role management. So user and role management here. The second one, authorization, using the authorization, right? So authorization concept. So HANA also we have the security concept, user IDs, roles, authorization concept, and also authentication methods. We can use the either password based authentication, X.509 based authentication. There are the multiple authentication methods we can use it. And also encryption of the data in the persistency layer and data encryption here. This is also one of the encryption method. This is also we have the one of the encryption method we have here, right? And also data encryption of data in network layer. In the network layer also, in the network layer also we have to encrypt it here. In the network layer also we have to encrypt the data here. So why? Because someone, if they hack the system in the network level, so there may be chances for network layer, so there may be chances for losing the data. So SAP providing the multiple layers, multiple security features they are providing here, right? So and also if I talk about the HANA, so user ID password, if you go to the HANA studio, then there is a security option here. You see they have the users and roles option here, right? So if you right click on the user to create the user, right? User ID password creation, just right click and click on the create button. Then there is it will ask the user ID and password. Then you can give you your user ID. Then and also the authentication method. See that there are the multiple authentication methods we have in SAP. Multiple authentication methods here. So one is the password based authentication method, SAML based authentication method here. Then SAML based authentication method here. And also we have the SAP logon ticket, SAP X.509 tickets, Kerberos methods we can use it here. These many methods we can use it to perform the to log into the HANA database. Means to log into the HANA database, either you can use the password based or SAML SSO configuration, the logon ticket based X.509 ticket based concept. You can use it. You can authenticate to the database here, right? So here see I have given the username, and so here just I'm providing the password here. You want to change the force next login. Whenever the initial password will be set, whenever the user login, new password will set, right? Just a user ID password based method I am using here. So if I choose the SAML to method, so there is a third party identity provider, we have to integrate it, then that we have to work in it. So logon ticket also same, Kerberos also same here, right? So then what we can do, just click on the what we can do, just click on the save button. You are not assigning the any roles or privileges are here, right? So anything if you want to access in the database, one user require the authorization to access the particular object or database table, and also the authentication is required. Authentication is to connect to the database. Authorization is to access the particular thing in the database level. The user require the authorizations. User require the authorization here, right? So that's what we can see it here. Authorization and authentication methods here. So I only authentication created like the user ID password based you created, but you have not granted any privileges or authentication. You have not granted any privileges or authentication here because of user is not valid a member here. So then in this case, in this case, if you see, then I will connect to the HANA database with the my user, Ravi user here, right? Why? Because Ravi user I created, I'm trying to connect to the HANA database. So then it is asking to reset the password. Then now let me reset. Right, you connected to the HANA database with the Ravi user here, right? So when I try to access something here, it won't allow you. It will say you like error. You don't have the required privileges. You don't have the required privileges to access it here. So which because of only you authenticated to the database, but you are not authorized to use the anything in the database level, either administration topics, either any tables or anything. You are not allowed to access it here because you are not the authorized person. You are not a authorized person in the database level here. That's what here it will tell you. So now what is required to access the something in the database level? Sir, I have the user ID password. I can able to access the database level means you are required not only user ID password, you should require the some authorization. So some privileges are required here. Authorization or privileges are required here. Both are same. So then only you can access the respective data in the system. So SAP providing the multiple types of privileges. SAP providing the multiple types of privileges to the customers here. Multiple types of privileges here. One is the system privileges. System privileges here. System privileges here. Right. Next one is the object privileges here. Next one is the object. The next one is like analytical privileges, package privileges here. So analytical privileges and package privileges here. Analytical privileges and package privileges here. And so if you see here, these are the authentication methods here. You can see analytical, package privileges, application privileges, and So privileges on users here, application privileges and privileges on users here, privileges on users here, right? So when it comes to the system privileges, when it comes to the system privileges here, system privileges means what is mean by system privileges here. So in the system level, if you want to access something here, in the system level, if you want to control the normal user activities in the system level, if you want to create control the some administration tabs, you want to restrict the some administration tab, security tab to the users, then you need to use the system privileges concept here. So creating, deleting the schema, then managing the role, monitoring and tracing of the HANA database, perform the data backups, license, version, audit. So these and all the things comes under the so system privileges here. So system privilege means, suppose example, if you see, so in the Ravi user, if you just go ahead and click on the add the system privileges, in the system level, if you want to access something, system admin or some other tab you want to access it, then you require the some data. You need to add this authorization, this privileges to the users. Authorizations are privileges, both are same here. So this system privileges we have to assign to the respective member here, respective member. So either my user or different user, whoever having the access, if they have the this role, suppose like I assigned the system privileges to the this user. Now you see here, so now Ravi can able to see the other tabs. He can able to access the other tabs and everything here. Now you see, after assigning the one of the system privileges here, system status is showing green. System status is showing green here, which means so now Ravi user is authorized. How it is authorized? You assigned the one of the privilege to the Ravi user. Some of the like catalog read. This is the DB administrator related task. You assigned this DB administrator access to the user. He will able to access something in the database level here, right? He is able to access, right? So then that is the system privileges. System level, if any tabs or anything you want to control it, then system privileges we can assign it. So, but the user is required the object privileges. The user, he required the access to the one of the object. Object means database level, one of the table you need the access, right? That time you need to provide the access to the, for this user only require the access to the some training table, right? Then you assign the training table to him, select statement to the user, then the user can only access the training related table, right? Here, system privileges is related to the system tabs, other things. Object privileges will say like this can be accessed, this object privileges can be granted to, object privileges can be granted to the users means a specific object. Object means database level tables. Table level privileges we can assign to the users here, right? That's what we can see it in the, you can see in the object privileges here, in the object privileges, right? That is the one thing here. So if the analytical privileges, suppose some of the developers are developed the some of the analytical related things. Suppose he required the access to the that privilege, then we can assign the that analytical privileges. We can assign it here. That analytical privileges we can assign to the users here. That's what we can do it in the systems here. Analytical privileges here, right? Analytical options, analysis, analytical options, and everything we can assign to the thing. So normally developers will do the some creation of the some analytics in the content tab, right? Content tab. So if you create the some analytical privileges, merged the two tables or three tables, some data, you merged it out, then in this case, you need to create the some privilege, some role you have to create it. So, but users can access, if you assign that role to the one user, the user can able to access the specific analytical privileges here. So package on privileges here. Package on privileges are is used to provide the authorizations of the action packages. Some packages we can create in the database level. So then we can also create the access for them. We can give that access to the one of the user. Then the user can able to access the this related things. He can able to access it here. Right? That is called the package privileges. Okay. The next thing is the application privileges. Application related things here. Application privileges are required in the HANA access related applications. Using the HANA, we can also develop the access related stuff. Using the HANA, we can also develop the access related stuff here. So this one we can use it to develop the access related applications and everything here. Right? Privileges are users here, similar to other user, whatever the user, same user, you can assign it here, right? So these are the types of privileges, types of authorization. So but one user is required access to only one system, then system level privileges. The users are required access to the data, then object level privileges we have to assign it to the so users here, right? Then only can access the respective thing in the system here. And the next one you see here, so there is a roles also, granted roles. What is meant by role? So directly we can create the user, we can assign the privileges to the user, or we can also create the role, we can maintain the all the information in the role. This role we can assign to the users. So whenever the new user joins, what will happen? Immediately we can assign the one of the, suppose like in my company, so there the new people are joining, people asked me to create the new roles here, means there are already some roles are there, default we can use it here. But your company wants to do for the other so new roles creation, then you need to create the new role, suppose like training, just training related. So I'm creating here training related role, I am creating here. Then here you can assign the what is the system privileges you require for this type of users, then you can create the schema. So then you can assign the schema, you can create the one table, one role, this role you can assign to the one so user, then user can able to access something in the database level user can able to access it here. That is the main theme of the this role concept, which means we can manually create it, and also you can also assign the, for example, you can also create the user, then directly assign the role also. Then instead of doing this one, directly in the roles tab you have created here. So then, so in case that is not there, then it will not show. If it is there, then it will show the information here. So basically, you can use any method, either password reset or SAML or x.509 SAP related certificate. Then we can. So if you use those SAP related things here, SAP related roles, objects, and everything. So then user can able to perform the respective task here. User to able to perform the respective task here, right? That's what. So here, so mainly users, what is the this username? Normally, the functional development people, they won't, developers, they won't connect to the SAP HANA system. We as a technical teams, we will connect to the HANA database also. So that HANA database we are connecting, then what? So with the user ID and password you are using. Sometimes SSO will work. In case of SSO configured, If we don't have the SSO, we have to manually enter the user ID password in the, so say in the screen when you are logged into the system, you need to do this one here. So like this, we can create the users. Then we can also do the restrictions. Put the restrictions here. There are the two types of users we can create it. One is the technical users. Technical users means who work on the database level. Those are called the technical. Those are called the, so technical here, right? It is a person who work directly in the system and they have the password reset and other thing. These people, they will work on the, these people are called the technical users here, right? So the technical users are created for the administration tasks purpose only, right? So then real users means we are the real users from us also. So we as a technical team, pure technical team, we will do the all those things here, right? So here we can assign the respective things to the user. So whatever you assign it, user can able to access the respective things here, right? Now if user creation role here, role will tell you what actions you need to perform it here. Role will tell us what actions you need to perform in the SAP systems. That's what. So then immediately you can go to the security topic here. So in the security topic here, we have the some password policies are available. This is the very important thing here, the password policies. So password policies are like, so lowercase level, uppercase letter, numeric digits, special characters. So that we have to mention. So that we have to, as a company, we have to identify what, how many maximum, how many password attempt, password last 5 used passwords you want to change it to the one. Last one used password we should not reset. Then Anna, so these are the passwords. So password policies here, right? Audit policies here. Then this is the blacklisted passwords. You can also set the blacklisted some of the important passwords. So maybe someone will tell like welcome, some people London, some people lemon, like that they will keep the passwords. So if you maintain those passwords in the blacklisted one, those passwords will be blacklisted. So which means it will not be available in the public level. In the network level, the transactions and everything will happen. So that's the reason the password policy we have to set it out here, right? So then password blacklist, SAML provider is the identity provider is required. So data volume encryption. Sometimes what happens, users will log into the operating system level. Users will log into the operating system level. There may be chances to hack the your data folder as well. In the data folder level, which means we have the confidential information, sensitive data will be showed, right? So then in that case, in this case someone hack your operating system, then they can stole your theft your data, right? Cyber attacks will happen. So this kind of things also available here. So then password policies, how many minimum lanes, maximum lanes, company team will provide this one. Auditing means, so you can enable the auditing. If you enable the auditing here, what will happen if you enable the auditing? So respective user, either user, if you enable the auditing for the respective user, user can only perform the respective user can only perform the whatever the user performing in the database level, that will be granted. That will be granted. Granted means, so that will be tracked under the as part of the password policy. As part of the password policy, that will be tracked here, right? So that is the password based security, HANA security here. So either you can create the roles here, assign to the all users in one time. If you assign this user to the role one user, then you can able to access anything. But if you individually share all the things to the user, then sometimes they may forget it out. Then so that's why. So when you are connecting to the SAP HANA database, passwords, user IDs, all the things we have to provide it. Then once we got the approval, then you will get the, so you can move the changes to the quality production systems like that. We can move it here. Okay. This is about the HANA security. So directly you can assign the roles, or right, directly you can assign the role. In the role you can mention the system object what you want to access, otherwise bypassing. Otherwise directly you can access the system to get the all the details and so everything here, right? So this is about the security part. So here the audit policies are very important here. Which system, which user you want to enable the auditing, just click on the enable the auditing. Then so here I will set like user one policy, enable it here. You select the all the options here, click on the okay. Then so users, which user you require to be auditing to be enabled here, Ravi user. So then, so just add the Ravi user here, click on the OK button, click on the deployment, then Ravi user is added here. So audit configuration is done for the Ravi user. Then Ravi can able to see what information, what error log is capturing, and all the information will be stored. Then so when the auditor asks this kind of reports, simply team can provide all the details to the auditors here, right? That is the purpose. Auditing purpose, we can enable all the actions here, right? So that is the one thing here. So user ID password creation, we only within our team itself, we have to manage it. But here user ID password, but here, so HANA database level, so also user ID password is required so that we can use the user ID password to do the some administration activities in the database level. That's what the security one here, right? So the next one, I'm getting from the deck. Backups, restore, recovery, and so we have the other topics like delta merge, that's it, the backup and restore and recovery that we have to discuss. So what you can do now onwards, you can just log into the system. Some passwords are getting locked. You can use the, you can connect to the your user instead of system user. System user is restricted. You cannot use it here. So what you have to do, you need to, so system user is the restricted users. We can, you can create your own users, log in with that users, so that here it will give you the real load, real statistics will prevail, real connection limitations will be, so it will be displayed here. So if you see here in the performance tab here, there are the multiple sessions here with the my name. So there are different users, they have the multiple sessions are opened. So here not booked, not booked, not booked. Oh, not blocked. Okay. So here we can find out the how many users are logged in, what is the user ID, all the information we can see. Basis admin, basis admin, basis admin. So they are logged in. So the all the information. If you log in with your own user, then instead of system user here, then some other application user will be displayed here. So you can start login to the SAP system. So do the, so create your own users and you can log in here. So something here, system DB password is got reset, I guess. Let me stop it here. Then we will reset the system DB password so that you guys can practice on that area.
Hello, Ravi.
Yeah.
Do we have any other database details also for practicing data provisioning?
Data provisioning, we have other databases, but thing is that is the S4 HANA. So okay, only connecting purpose, right? Yeah, that time. So let me share it after this class.
Okay, thank you.
cd.exe, then so /hdb name server hyphen reset user system. So see here, it is asking the new password. Then I set the new password. See here, password is accepted, new password is done, so it's activated. Now HANA database got system DB password got reset. Now just log in. So password reset, very, very simple. Okay, so it's connected now. So we can use the password. Okay, it is connected here. Welcome.